Hello, and thank you for watching this video from Power Electronics International. In this video, we would like to show you how to program and adjust the parameter settings of your Power Electronics drive. The information in this video applies to our Microspeed SmartMove models, the Microspeed CX models, and the Microspeed MX and MV models. If your drive is powered up and in its default idle state, you will see the word OFF displayed, with either a lowercase r or C in front of it. That first letter tells you whether you are in ramp mode for travel motion or coast mode for a hoist. When you see this on the display, the drive is in its normal idle state, and this means the drive is ready to run when it receives input from your controls. Think of this off screen as like your home screen. Note that while the drive is powered, it is also normal to see this bus charge lamp light. If you do not see R off or C off on this screen, you may already be in programming mode, or you may be seeing an event code. Let's quickly review how you can get back to the home screen if you have either one of these situations. If you see an event code on the display, it will look like this on the screen. If an event code is displayed, this means the drive has experienced a condition that is outside of its normal operating parameters. In response, the PE drive will safely stop your system and display an event code such as this one in order to help you diagnose the source of the issue. While the drive is in this state, it will not accept input from your control pendant or radio. Whenever an event code is displayed, it is recommended that you first investigate and fix any issues. Once resolved, you can then reset your drive. For nearly all of the event codes you can see on the display, the default way to clear this code is by simply toggling your control input by quickly depressing and releasing either one of your direction buttons twice. After the drive receives this signal, it will reset and then return to the idle screen. The drive will automatically store the event code in one of its memory locations, but notice the code has now been cleared and you are back to the off screen. You may also clear the event code on the unit by turning your line voltage to the drive off and then back on. If you see the display has something other than off and other than an event code on it, chances are you are in programming mode, and you are probably looking at one of the values of one of the drive parameters. Once again, while the drive is in this state, it will not accept input from your control pendant or radio. Whenever you see something like this on the display, you can always return back to the idle state by holding the scroll button down until off is once again displayed. Now that we've made sure that your drive is in the idle state, let's take a closer look at the programming interface on the drive. All PE drives have three buttons near the display. The leftmost button is the scroll and load button. As you will see, this button is the primary button you will use to navigate through the drive's parameter lists. The increase and the decrease button are primarily used to change the values of a parameter or setting. Let's look at an example of how this works. This drive is controlled with a two-step pendant. Notice that while the drive is running, the screen will display the frequency in hertz at which the motor is being driven. In this case, the first step is a low speed setting of 3 hertz. Let's say that you would like to increase the speed of this setting. After consulting the user manual, you find that the low speed setting is parameter A12. To get to the desired parameter, you first hold down the scroll button until you see the letter A. Then let go of the scroll button once you see that value. Remember, if you accidentally hold the scroll button too long, you can always return back to the idle or off screen and start again. Now that you are in the A parameter group, you can access the different parameters by giving the scroll button quick pokes. Each quick press of the scroll button moves you up to the next parameter number. Notice that after you arrive at a particular parameter, after about a second, the display will then show you the current value of that parameter. We have now reached A12. The current setting is now 3.0 Hz. Let's use the increase button to increase that setting to 10 Hz. If you go past your intended value, you can use the decrease button as needed. Now let's load in that value by holding down the scroll button once again until we return to the off or idle screen. Notice the low speed setting has now been changed to run at 10 Hz. Some of the parameter groups are locked to prevent accidental changes. On this drive model, the L and the U parameters are locked. Let's say that you wanted to adjust parameter L10. Just like before, you first hold down the scroll button until you get to the L parameters. Notice that you are now at L0. Since the L parameters need to be unlocked, L0 is where you need to enter in the unlock code. The unlock code for all PE drives is 369. Hold down the increase button until you reach the unlock code value. Once the unlock code is displayed at L0, now you may poke the scroll button to reach the desired parameter of L10, and then adjust the parameter as needed. If L0 had not been unlocked correctly, we would not be able to change this value, and the display would give you a message of code. As before, after the desired change has been made, hold in the scroll button to load in the changes, and this returns you to the off screen. You have just seen how you can adjust both a locked and an unlocked parameter. Any other parameter change you might need to make will follow these same procedures. Remember that holding down the scroll button will allow you to scroll through the different parameter groups, and poking the scroll button will allow you to scroll through the individual parameters within the letter groups. Some parameter groupings have many individual parameters within them. When you are already in a parameter grouping, such as the L parameters, there is another method you can use to quickly get to the desired parameter called Quick Scroll. To use this feature, hold the scroll button down for about a second and let go. Notice there is now a bouncing ball indicator on the left of the display. Instead of repeatedly pressing the scroll button to get to your parameter, you can now use the increase and decrease buttons to get to the desired parameter number. Once you arrive at the desired parameter, poke the scroll button once, and then adjust the parameter value as usual. The quick scroll method is especially useful when you are in a parameter group with many parameters, and also if you need to move down to a lower numbered parameter. If you have just installed a PE drive, or if you would like to return your drive to some recommended default values, you can perform a gang set. When the drive is gang set, each A parameter is programmed to a factory chosen value. Since each A parameter is reprogrammed each time a gang set is initiated, all previous custom adjustments to the A parameters will be lost. Therefore, it is recommended that all fine-tuning of individual A parameters must be done after a gang set, and not before. Performing a gang set is simple and quick. As usual, make sure you start at the off screen. From here, press and hold down all three buttons on the drive until either PB or PH appears. Then use the increase or decrease buttons to choose the desired program using the descriptions found in your manual. Next, hold the scroll button until you are back to the off screen. It's as simple as that. The settings from the gang set have now been loaded into your drive. In this video, we have learned about the idle or off screen and how to make sure your drive starts there. We have learned how to adjust a parameter, including locked parameters. We have learned about the quick scroll function. and we have learned how to perform a gang set to get your drive up and running quickly. Please review the relevant sections of this video or your manual for more information. Thank you for watching this video from Power Electronics. Stay tuned for more videos from Power Electronics soon.